Flexibility. Parag, in previous episodes we talked about how our customer service specialists get involved, the arbitrator gets involved, and we put together a creative, innovative plan for how to get this thing resolved as quickly as possible. One of the things that I'm hearing increasingly from folks who participate in arbitration at some of our competitors is that the discovery process has become as onerous and as costly as in a traditional litigation. How are we addressing that? And if there's some example or something we could bring to the viewers.
One of the things we do is we get involved on the front end and try to help the parties figure out or offer suggestions on how to get past those issues like discovery, where it can be grueling and those type of things. So for example, in a case that I'm thinking of right now, the parties wanted to have an expedited discovery process. They wanted a shortened time frame in which to complete discovery, but there were all these things that still needed to be done, and they needed a creative approach to how that was going to be done.
So they wanted a shorter process, but to encompass everything that would be in a 6-month discovery process.
Absolutely. And we do believe in party autonomy. We believe that the party should have control over their fate. And so we're not there to supplant that party autonomy, but what we are here to do, and we believe it's our job, is to help provide some guidance and tell them, if this is what you want to accomplish, let us give you some ideas. And we get the arbitrator involved and say, you know, there are these types of documents that are typical in these types of cases or questions. We're just going to have you guys go ahead and just exchange those within X period of time. Or, you know, let's talk about things that we can stipulate. Let's talk about questions that we can help get resolved on the front end, or let's talk about the key depositions that are needed, and really work with the parties to feel like, okay, they're helping us through accomplishing this goal, which is everybody's goal, which is to resolve the discovery period.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that I've observed about this process that I didn't appreciate on the front end was I just assumed, well, they're adversarial, right? And so if he's for it, I'm against it. Yeah. But one of the things that I've observed through our arbitration team is while there may not be consensus, and often there never is consensus on what the outcome should be, there always or almost always is a consensus about efficiencies. And one of the keys here is just providing options. So in the example you were talking about that I'm aware of, the idea that, well, traditionally written interrogatories will be this number and you get 60 days to respond. Okay, well, what if the parties agreed it would be half that number and you had 10 days to respond? It's interesting that again, it's very rare that when presented with an option that truly is in the best interest of the case, parties won't say, yeah, I appreciate you suggesting. I think we'll go with that option.
Parties are a lot more accommodating than we think of in our head. And what they love is they don't want to be boxed in like they can be in non-flexible type situations. Mm-hmm. So there are arbitrations that a lot of parties are in, they don't have any control over. And these are the rules. It's going to be 60 days for the interaction. You can take this many. There's no kind of conversation or discussion to say, you know, well, why not? Can we agree on 3 depositions? Can we agree to do X, Y, Z first, see where we are? If that's sufficient enough, then maybe we don't need the rest. It's, you know, I think about it all the time. We live in an age where I can't get anybody on the phone. I mean, I got a problem with something, I can't. That's one of the things that we really focus on. You can't be a company that's flexible and not be in the people business. Yeah. And that's where we focus.